Like you said earlier, your first time to perform with Boston was at the Fiesta Bowl in 2002. 75,000 fans screaming.
Yes. Yes.
What do you remember about that night? Were you
Gosh,
nervous at all?
Oh, are you kidding? Hey, this is Kimberley Dahme, formerly of the band Boston, and you're listening to the Tony Pruitt Show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tony Pruitt Show. And today's guest is another rock and roll legend for sure in my book. She is a rock and roll and country music singer and songwriter who is best known as a former member of the rock band Boston, who everybody knows I love. In fact, she was the first female member of the band Boston in 2002, where she played bass, rhythm guitar, and provided vocals as well. She has also produced several country solo music albums. Not only is she very talented and obviously very beautiful, she is perhaps more importantly, she is a cancer survivor, and we're going to talk about that today as well. Please welcome to the show, Miss Kimberley Dahme. How you doing, my friend?
Thank you. Thank you. Big T, it is so good to be here. I am well. I am happy. I am grateful. Thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, thank you so much. So I spent the last couple of nights checking you out on YouTube. You're a badass, just to put it frank. You do it all. You do it all.
I love music. I just love it.
It shows
all the way. Thank you. I'm glad.
Absolutely.
I like
I thoroughly.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
It's hard when you're doing interviews on camera. Sometimes there's a little lag.
There's a delay, and I'm bad about not waiting. So
no, you're okay.
Good.
Okay.
I've been watching Boston for many years, as everybody knows, and I'm a huge fan. Do you remember when you got that gig? How did you get that? How did that happen?
Being at the right place at the right time, for sure. I was playing with Tom Hambridge, who we were playing up at the Sitting Bull in Maynard, Massachusetts, and he's a great singer-songwriter, producer himself. When Tom Scholz and Gary Pihl walked in to this, bar where we're playing,
You're kidding?
No, I'm not. No, they were. I believe they were looking for a drummer. We had two great drummers in that band. I remember, of course, Tom Hambridge's name, who did a little stint with Boston. But they came in and Tom asked me after the show if I played bass, and I, of course, sure I do. I can do that, Yes. And then I went home and listened to the actual parts and almost started crying. I was like, oh, I can't do that. That's so hard.
Did you know how to play bass for real?
No.
You're kidding me.
No, I just had taught myself different instruments, and so I just kind of figured it, and I was thinking in my mind bass, the root note, boom, dum, dum, bum, bum, dum, dum, something like that. And no,
unbelievable.
It was like it was wonderful, magical, but so challenging, and I'm grateful to Tom for giving me that chance, that opportunity.
Unbelievable.
Because I would shed it hard, really hard. Like that's all I did. And then my baby girl, then I found out I was pregnant. Like, we did our big debut in January at the Fiesta Bowl, and it was wonderful. It was magical. It was incredible. Couldn't really breathe, but that was basically the case for the first 2 years of being with Boston. Like, I never really took a breath. It was like,
wow.
Sorry, my dog just thinks it's playtime. Hey, okay.
Nope. It looks like a beautiful day there.
It is gorgeous. It's so pretty. I had to come outside. Right now we're doing great.
And actually, you're right outside of Nashville, right? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, about 40 minutes outside of downtown, which is perfect. It's out in the middle of nowhere. So when I'm on the road, I'm on the road. And when I come home, I'm home.
It looks great out there. I'm jealous.
Thank you.
So how long did you actually play with Boston? From 02 to 12, is that right? And some in 14, or do you recall?
Yeah. And then right. Years for me. I'm very dyslexic, so this is always fun. So I always flip-flop things on accident, and that was fun with learning number charts for sure, because numbers turn into letters for me, so I flip-flop things my brain just does automatically. So
wow.
But it's pretty crazy. I started January 1st of 02, And I believe we did a tour. I'm trying to think when we did a tour. I know we did one in, I think it was '09, and it was about 12. And that is when I paralyzed my right arm, Bailey.
Oh no.
Yeah, I had tried skiing, well, temporarily, thankfully. So about a year and a half after, I came back out in 14 and played, and Tom was sweet enough to put me on electric guitar. I could hold a pick and play again. So that was pretty amazing. And then I came home off the road, and my son had moved off to college, and my daughter was still here, and I had like about 3 years left. And I was just like, and I was a single parent, and I was like, boy, I got to grab what time I have, because time is so precious.
Absolutely.
I really miss the band, though. They're such great guys. Oh my gosh, absolutely precious people.
I'm going to ask you about that, but I remember in '02, I remember seeing you, and I thought, wait a minute, who is this?
There's a girl. What?
There's a girl. Who is this good-looking chick with Boston? You are definitely the best-looking member of that band. I'll tell you for sure.
I guess that would depend on who's looking.
No.
But thank you very much.
You're more than welcome.
So sweet.
So what was it like being on tour with Boston and working with Tom Schultz and Gary Pihl? What are they like?
Oh, they are wonderful. I learned so much from both of them. Gary and Tom were just so kind and generous with their time and showing me, making sure, like, I really worked hard to nail those parts, and they really worked with me through it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who would have the patience really to do that? I know the band was so kind, and Tom was just really, really giving, really patient with me, and I can never thank him enough. And Gary would work all the extra hours with me. I love my Gary. I love them both, but like we would just again. You know what I mean?
Really?
Just drilling it. Yeah. And that's really what it took for me to be able to get good at a rapid pace, is just constant over and over. And that's basically what I use with my students today.
Wow.
Again. I learned a lot from those guys. Yeah.
Well, we've had Gary on the show, and he's such a nice guy.
Isn't he the best?
I mean, he's the best. Now, and Tom is obviously, he's a genius.
Yeah, he's a genius.
I didn't know if they were hard to work with or difficult to work with. So it sounds like they were great.
They were wonderful. They helped me to make sure I had my parts. So you know what I mean? Like we would run things and run it, and because when you hit the stage, you don't want to be thinking anymore about the music, because the lights start coming at you. Your adrenaline is just pumping. Like, you have to know it by the time we go out, and so we did it. But no, they were very patient and very kind to work with. I was grateful.
What a blessing.
To have them to bring me to a different level, because I'd done music all my life. I always will. If I'm breathing, I'm singing. Basically, my new logo. If I'm breathing, I'm singing.
Awesome.
But yeah, I loved it that they took me to a higher level of playing. Does that make sense?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, like, they really made me raise up. Like, I was good, but they really made me take another giant leap forward. And man, it was just a pleasure. It was.
I bet it was. What a rush.
What a ride. Yeah, that was a rush.
Like you said earlier, your first time to perform with Boston was at the Fiesta Bowl in 2002. 75,000 fans screaming.
Yes.
What do you remember about that night? Were you nervous at all?
Oh, are you kidding? You must be joking.
Yeah.
Was I nervous? Yeah. I remember everything, like, clearly.
What about that day? Were you just pumped?
Well, sound check. Yeah. I mean, you walk out on this, it felt like like a thing was moving, and there's no, I remember just a tiny little rail, and you're like, ooh, wow, don't fall.
No.
But I just remember standing there, and I remember all of a sudden, like, it's for real, and we are on, and I tried to take a deep breath, and thankfully Gary's like right behind me, and then there was Brad, and then there was Tom, and I was like, okay, let's do this. And we just hit it. And it just went so fast. But it was so cool because Tom's guitar starts. Have you heard his Star Spangled Banner rendition? Oh,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
it's amazing. So he
It's
starts
amazing.
hitting. Yeah, he's like, and I'm like, oh, here we go.
It's so
Get
cool.
ready to jump, boys and girls. Here we go. And
No
we just
kidding.
dived into the deep end, baby. It was great.
So
It was scary. Definitely, I was scared. I was nervous. I was pretty scared and nervous for quite a while, actually, for a couple of years, I think.
couple of years.
Yeah, not scared the whole time or anything, but nervous,
Right before you go on.
Oh, I'm always nervous before I go on basically anywhere. Get him, Bailey. Sorry, my dog.
No, you're that's fine with me.
I'm outside in the country. She's just going to make sure nothing gets near me.
Well, you mentioned Brett Delp, which I love.
Yes.
And what an incredible talent he is or was.
Oh my, yes.
And a tragic loss, obviously. But tell me about your relationship with him. What kind of guy was he? Somebody told me he's the nicest guy in rock and roll.
That's such a true statement. It's such a true statement. He always found the time, for the fans and for the media. And I learned so much from him. He was a very gentle type of person, a very more quiet and funny.
Was he funny?
He was funny. He was so funny. He had these little one-liners, and then you would just double over laughing. It would be like, what? He said what? It was funny. He was very passionate about music, very passionate about the Beatles. He had his own Beatle.
Oh,
Beetlejuice, and I can't, but he was very easy to work with, and he would take me around and really show me the ropes with interviewing and me, and also with the fans. Like he would take me out and show me how not only to work a room, but he would actually remember people's names from way back when, and like remember. It was uncanny.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know how he did it, but he was able to, like, oh, hi, so and so,
right.
And it was like, wow,
that's amazing.
It was. Yeah, and I remember one concert we did, Heart with Heart, and him and Ann were really good friends, and so it was cool to see like the two voices of that era, like Heart and them, and they're good friends, and they were good friends, and it was really cool to witness. Like you're just kicking back, going, "Wow, I'm sitting here listening, and they're people. Their voices are golden, but they're people, and they were just. It was really an awesome experience to work with him, and obviously a very horrific tragedy ended, but I always try to focus on the good, because that was really hard. Yeah, that was really hard for all of us.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Could you imagine being a fan and he knows your name? That would be awesome.
Well, I know. And he did. He would know people's names. He would know. It was great. He would know the media people. Hey, Sue. Hey, Adam. Like wow. And then he also let me know, like, when people were, because I was really naive, when people would stand outside the eBayers that would have like a stack of, hey, sign this, and then I would go over to start signing, and he'd grab me. He said, that's not what we do. And I'd never seen that side of him. And he said, they're just trying to sell it on, that's not real fans. And so I had to learn, he helped me learn a lot like that, the little things that you don't think of, because I was just like, oh, sure. And I just trying to be nice and not realizing that they were going to try and use us. So it was like, okay.
It's a learning experience.
Yeah, he helped me decipher, a lot, and it taught me a lot. And I'm real grateful for that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. That's good to hear. So what all instruments do you play, and when did you start playing and performing? Do you remember when you started?
I do. I was 3.
3?
But I started professionally at 7.
No way.
Yeah. I started singing at the Straw Hat Pizza Pub every week.
Oh my gosh.
Folk music back then. Yeah. So that was a long time ago. I wasn't playing yet. I started flute in the 3rd grade. And then I traded the flute for a guitar in like the 6th grade. because I couldn't, I figured I couldn't sing and play the flute. I hadn't heard of Jethro Tull yet. So,
Jethro Tull,
I
yeah.
guess you can do it. He really could,
Wow.
but at the time I didn't have that imagination. So I traded it in for a 6-string guitar from my cousin. I think we bought it off my cousin, Tammy. It's so funny, but I just started teaching myself guitar, and then it just started mutating into harmonica, a little keys, and now a ton of bass. I love the bass. I love it. 4-string, 5-string are my favorites. With my 4-string, I have a hip shot put on it, so the low E will drop to a low D, and I have that on my guitars as well. I love that feature.
Do you have a favorite kind of bass that you like to use?
I like the Fender Jazz. It's just so easy for my hands. Like, it's so easy to, and they were really kind. They gave me some beautiful instruments. My Boston bass and my Boston bass. I used them, all for the Boston tour.
You still have them?
Two in particular. Oh yeah. Oh yes, of course. Yeah. I still use them. I did a bass gig last weekend with a young artist here, and they're like, "Oh, our bass player jumped out at the last time," and so I slide on in.
Cool, way cool.
I'm playing every week, all the time.
Well, I'm going to ask you
many different areas.
That's my next question. So, what are you doing right now?
Everything.
You're an easy.
I'm writing. Oh, am I? Good. No, I'm writing. Recording. We were recording last weekend. Actually performing a lot. Had a show last weekend. I'm a side player in a couple of different bands. I'm hired out. I play with the Roy Band, and that's 80s music. That's once a month. I play with in K2. My sweetheart and I, we do like a mix between covers and original music, and his name is Christopher Mark, and my name's Kimberley Dahme. His is with a K, mine's a K, so K2. There you go. So cool. That's a lot of fun. We go do shows. We have a couple next week in Swampers and Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and then my one I really am hoping to if people can make it is June 11th, and it's Harmony for Hope, and that is actually at Mango's Bar and Grill in Monetta, Virginia. This festival, it's to raise awareness and funds for lymphoma. So I'm going to headline. We're going to headline that night, and
awesome.
Yeah, so I'm trying to give back as much as I can, because people have just been so helpful with myself and my family through this process. It's been quite. It hasn't even been a year yet with all this happening.
It's important to give. It's important to give back.
Absolutely, where you can.
Do you like to tour and travel?
I do enjoy it. I love the people. I love home though too. Like I love it all. That's my problem. Yeah. It's not really a problem because I get to do it all, which I'm grateful for. But I do enjoy touring because I do enjoy seeing people at places. I love to hike and I love to kayak, and so I try to take up those opportunities when I can in different places just to experience it.
So an outdoors girl.
I'm an outdoors girl all the way. Yes,
cool,
very much so. Yeah, did a great hike yesterday. Just kayaking before that. You just gotta keep going.
Well, the last question I have about Boston, it's not really a question, but were you really in a Boston cover band?
Yeah, in 6th grade. Yes, of course. I mean, we were attempting to be, and I should definitely clarify that I should say we attempted to be, because my voice is so much lower than Brad's, and I did my darndest. But yes, it didn't last very long. 6th graders.
How ironic is that?
Well, and I bought the songbook back then, which I'll have to pull that at some point. I bought the songbook from when I was in 6th grade, and it was like the first one out of Boston. And Tom was kind enough to sign that to Kenny and I. And then after I got in Boston and I became pregnant with my beautiful baby girl, then he had to add her name on there. So it's pretty funny too. Kimberly, Kenny, and Kimberly, and Emily. So
that is so cool.
I know. Yeah, it was great.
You've had a wonderful journey for sure.
Thank you. Thank you. I work hard and try to keep it that way.
Hard work
Try
pays
to
off.
keep the positive mind, and getting outside helps me anytime my mind starts messing with me. It's like, just get outside, because you struggle through all of these different things, and
Totally.
The big C word and those things. And so
I
I just get outside.
I hate that word.
Don't you though? Me too.
I do. But that leads me into my next question. So I understand,
All right.
was it last year you were
September.
diagnosed with September? Okay.
Yeah.
And let me get this straight. Let me read. You were diagnosed with breast implant-associated anaplastic large cell lymphoma. Did I mess that up or get it right?
No, you did that right. That's right.
And I understand
it's
that
a mouthful.
it is a mouthful, but I understand that is extremely rare type of cancer. And it doesn't show up on a mammogram, I read. Is that correct?
No, I've had pain for a long time in my right breast. So for years, 10 to 15 years, I literally need to go and clarify those numbers. I've been complaining of pain in my right breast. And I've done mammograms every year, ultrasounds every year. But because this is a blood cancer, it doesn't show up. It doesn't present itself until it's in later stages.
Wow.
Yeah, I was very fortunate because I finally in September went in to have them exchange, because they were like, well, it's probably because they were old, my breast implants I'm talking about. Sorry.
Right.
And so I went in to have them exchanged in September. And when I came out of that surgery, I did have new implants in, but I had a tube coming out my left side on this surgery. And the doctor was like, oh, this is, it's probably not this, but there's a possibility. I think he was really trying to prepare me for what was to come. And sure enough, about 7 days later, the test came back positive that I was diagnosed with breast implant-associated anaplastic large cell lymphoma. I think it's an emerging cancer. It is rare, but I think more people may have it and they don't. The best way to tell if you have it is if you have implants, especially textured or smooth, if one implant starts to get larger than the other, and you don't know why, it could be filling up with that liquid, and which was starting to occur with me. So in October, I had everything removed, a total end block, part of my left breast. Wow. It was pretty darn shocking. And then now I'm in some more new stuff. Now, a few months ago, they found two things in my right breast. So now I'm just waiting to go in and get, I know. And I didn't get any more I'm not going to get any more implants. They're pretty dangerous, actually. And I had no idea. I don't think it's not spoken about. Right. And that's kind of why maybe I got it, is to use my platform to spread the word to girls, like, think twice, and if you do get them, just make sure and look at yourself. Like, if one starts getting larger than the other, or if they both start getting large, that is a sure sign that you may have it. So
I don't know much about that, obviously, but I thought one implant was safer than another one. Like,
so did I. Am
I wrong? Am I wrong on that?
I guess we're both wrong on that, because I had saline implants, which were supposed to be safer, right? Because, if saline, no big deal. I didn't get the silicone ones because those were supposedly the dangerous ones. I got textured because they would stay in place longer. All these things. Well, textured's the worst. I had them under the muscle. They found 3 things on my cyst, 3 on my ribs, a large seroma in my left breast. So all of it was in my left side, but I'm still having pain in my right side. So I'm like, y'all. I'm going back in for another mammogram and ultrasound, PET scan, all that fun stuff, all the verbiage that I had to really get used to.
I know it all. I'm
sorry.
That's fine.
What did you have? What kind of cancer?
I had stage 3 melanoma.
Oh, wow.
Skin cancer.
Wow. I've lost a dear friend to that.
Yeah, yeah. I had no
Yeah.
idea it was that bad. It was that serious.
Yeah.
I never even felt bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the silent killer. Did they give you a stage that it was stage cancer you were in?
I'm so far 1E
Okay.
with the lymphoma. Now they have me going to a breast place. So now they're looking for breast cancer.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so
It
they're
sounds
still
like they
keeping
caught it early though.
the lymphoma. Yeah, I'm hoping. It sounds like both would be caught early if the other is also something that I might have to deal with. It can be overwhelming, but it's okay. It's a day at a time, man. A day at a time, right?
No, yeah, absolutely. But lymphoma, no, it travels through your whole body. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true.
It could go anywhere. Yeah.
Correct.
That's terrible. Yeah. Well,
So
bless your heart.
every 6 months I go in and have numerous tests for the lymphoma. And now every 3 months I'm having numerous tests on the breast. Which finally are looking good again. I'm like, it took initially when it first happened, it was such a shock. And because I had had implants for so long, it was scary when they were first out. It was quite horrible. But now, a little 6 months later, my body is like all doing good again, and I'm grateful. So now I'm just hoping to leave it alone, but I don't know. I'll do what I have to do.
Well, are you doing treatments now or anything?
No, I haven't been doing treatments. Just a ton of X-rays every, like I said, 3 and 6 months intervals. This next one for my chest right now should be next week.
Okay.
So I should get another look and see if those have grown in my right breast. So lots of fun. I feel for all the ladies. It's like, man, and the men. There's, I wonder about implants all around, textured implants, because men and women get them. Like I would also watch, like if I was a man and had whatever, a pec implant or a butt for women or anything, like I would think it's what I was getting to. I'm so sorry I didn't finish what I was saying regarding saline and silicone. The problem with the implants is the outside of every breast implant or implants is silicone, textured silicone. So it didn't even matter what was inside it. It's already silicone is already touching your body. Right. So I guess the only thing that would be better is if you ruptured maybe or something like that. But I don't really know. I'm gonna pretty much stay clear of them now.
Absolutely.
I'm good. I'm good.
But for a lack of a better term, it sounds like it's a man-made cancer kind of.
It is man-made. It is. Yeah. It is a man-made cancer. Yeah. Yeah. This one is. If I'm dealing with something else, which I'm praying that I'm not, that might be something different. Oh, and I got to do Cancer Can Rock. Have you heard of them?
Cancer Can Rock.
So fun. Yeah.
No.
Okay. And I'll have a Christmas song so when I was diagnosed, I was pretty much in the dumps, and I had posted about it a little bit. And these wonderful people from Cancer Can Rock reached out to me. And they said, "Hey, Cancer Can Rock," and I was like, "What? Like, really? I don't know. I don't know your story, but mine's not rocking at the moment."
No, not at all.
They flew me out to Baltimore, and we recorded one of my Christmas. Any song I wanted to record, they flew me out there, and I got to record a song I wrote called "I'm Looking Forward to Christmas." Because it was right before Christmas, like 2 days before. Like it wasn't a real debut or anything. I just wanted to get it recorded because I thought it's a great Christmas song. So that one will come out this year, I hope so. But they were just so sweet. They grant people that are like having cancer treatments or going through a lot of cancer issues, like a dream. Basically, like they'll let you record. They have great musicians. They've got the studio. They fly you there. Wow. They treat you like a queen. They record your songs and then they send you home. It's like, oh, it made me feel like myself again. It was like, okay, now I knew I was going to be okay at that moment, and that was thanks to those guys. They were great. Yeah.
Well, a little bird told me to ask you about the Christmas song. Is that the one you're doing for charity?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm looking forward to Christmas.
Are you surprised I know that?
Yeah, I am. Good job.
I got friends in high places, baby.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so it is fun.
It sounds like you're doing okay.
Yeah, Yeah, as long as I keep my brain outside and I stay busy between writing, producing, teaching, playing, performing, you
Right.
know,
Staying busy.
hiking, kayaking, all of that has really helped me. My friends have helped a lot. My family's been absolutely amazing. Christopher's been lovely. My kids, my mom, like everybody's just been just very good to
Yeah.
me. Very good
And
to me. So
lots
yeah.
of prayers too.
Yeah, prayers from everywhere, and I can feel them. They heal me. I keep seeing light and visualizing health and happiness, and I have not slowed down at all. Like
It doesn't sound like it.
I have picked up my speed. Like every day, I'm on music somewhere, doing something.
Yeah.
It's just so much fun.
Well, it sounds like your spirits are good.
Thank you, Tony. Yeah.
So, and I want to get the word out to all the ladies out there of why I wanted to hear your story.
Yes.
Knowing what you know now, what advice can you give others regarding your experience? What would you tell others to do?
A young me.
Yes.
Oh, I really wish that I was really, really insecure. And I really wish that I wish I would have had more confidence with just being myself.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm in this lifetime learning experience of being happy and content, like learning how to do that without I don't drink or don't do drugs. I don't do anything. So but learning how to be content and happy, like how to really celebrate each day, because you don't know if you have tomorrow.
Nope.
And cancer really gave me that clarity, and it really makes me sing a little bit better each show. Like I want to give a little more in case it's my last show. I mean, I know that sounds morbid, but I'm serious.
No, I'm with you.
You don't know. Yeah, because you don't know, from day to day, if whatever. And so I'm really trying to put out good energy to help others. And we've got a great support group online. These ladies were wonderful when I was diagnosed. So we're sharing that with other women that are falling right in to this same thing. But I really wish I would have learned to work on my confidence. I had every reason to be confident.
Sure.
And I'm not exactly, I'm still working on me, but but I would try not to go there. I honestly, I wouldn't want my own kids or my mother or anyone getting an implant, a breast, butt, pec.
No.
I just, I would try to love yourself for who you are, because if you can love yourself for who you are, then others will love you as well. And
that's good advice that's good advice for everybody. I mean,
yeah. And I'm learning it. I'm teaching it. I'm having to learn it every day. Remind myself, love, you're beautiful. You're a good person. You're wonderful. Like, do that whole Superman pose, where they put your chest out and you stand there for a minute. Why are you doing that? I don't know. It makes me feel powerful.
Exactly. Well, that's good advice. I'm kind of a nut myself. I mean, I'm my favorite person. So, I mean, go figure.
That's good. That's
good.
Yeah, that's good.
So anyway, I don't know about that, but anyway.
It should be, you should love yourself, definitely. All of it, you know what I mean? Yeah. All the good, all the bad. I mean, I put it in songs all the time. So listen to my own advice sometimes.
Last question I got for you.
Yeah.
I'm as you are, as we talked about, I'm a cancer survivor as well. And I remember hearing the day you got cancer, it's the worst day of your life. And it's like getting a punch in the gut,
Yeah, it is.
But just tell us, in your opinion, how important it is to stay positive at all times, and how important your mindset is, and to surround yourself with positive people. What's your take on that?
That's basically everything. Do
you agree?
I completely agree. I concur all the way. Like, of course, you're going to have your dark moments, and don't run from them. Because years ago, I would turn to alcohol, or something like that, and don't run from what you need to feel. So go ahead and feel it. and then move forward, take that step forward, go take a nap, you get something to eat, get out and take a walk, do something you don't do, ride a bike, just walk in your yard, just literally sit in a chair on your porch outside, get your brain outside is my biggest thing for myself. Like that helps me immediately. Like instead of medicine, instead of drinking, instead of anything, literally try to go ahead and feel those moments. So when you're low, go ahead and feel it, feel it, cry it out, and then go take a nap, get something to eat, and then start again. Sometimes when I would have a really bad day, I'd say, okay, I'm not ready yet. I'd literally go lay back down, go back to sleep. I didn't know, a half hour, an hour, whatever it was, wake up and I'd feel like a completely different person. I'd have a much better attitude. But I did have to walk through some tough stuff, but having a positive attitude, I think, which I can have a lot better now that the shock is over.
Sure.
I think that initial first shock, you do need to walk through those days a little bit, I did anyway, because I learned the hard way years ago that you can't run from what's going to hurt. You just got to walk through it, feel it, and then move forward. But staying positive has really helped me. But it's because of my friends and my family and everybody out there that has been so kind. Yep. It really helps me to stay positive when everybody's so darn nice to me. I mean, I'm so blessed right now, Tony. I've been shocked with the outpouring of love. It has really touched my heart and soul. I mean, really, it really has. Tom and Kim have been amazing. Everybody has just come out and really been supportive and loving and kind. Yeah. And it has blown me away, the people that care. Because I had it in my head that people wouldn't like me unless I had big breasts. And that's so stupid. Yeah. It's just so stupid. But that's what I thought. I thought, that's where my self-value was, and which is why I got them, and I loved them. And I had my time loving them. And it was fun. But I just didn't know how dangerous they were. I thought they were saline. I thought I was safe. Right. Yes. And I wasn't, Yeah. And the percentages are supposedly so low. I really don't like if people tell me numbers now. I'll let you know that. Like, don't even tell me percentages because I'm number 1,034 in the world. So don't talk numbers to me. You know what I mean? Don't tell me,
That's amazing, but we're blessed. So I was lucky. I had a great family, great friends that got me through it, but I never did worry about it anyway. I'm stupid. I was like, ain't nothing going to happen to me. I'm Big T. So
good for you. You are Big T, baby.
I was very fortunate. So thank you so much.
That's great.
I don't know if you've watched any of our shows or not, but the last thing we do is called our Fun Fast Five. Are you familiar with that?
Hey. Well, I got a little familiar. I'm ready.
Okay, all right. Go ahead. I'm going to ask you five. I'm going to ask you five simple, fun questions, and it's your opinion. Okay. You actually have 6 today because you're so special.
Ooh, thanks.
So here we go. You ready?
I don't know how fast do I have to be. Fast. Okay, got it.
You just take your time. All right, here we go. Do you prefer rock and roll or country? Best.
Oh,
I know.
That's a split.
No, I know.
I know. I can't go there. I'm both.
Okay.
How do I make the word rock and country into one word?
I don't know. I knew that was going to be a hard one for you. That's why I picked it.
That is a tough one. I moved to Nashville to be a country music artist many years ago, which is hilarious. So 20 some odd years ago, maybe longer. 25 something. Yeah, probably 25, 26 years ago. Wow. So to be a country artist, and then I ended up doing amazing rock and roll with Boston. Oh, yeah. Who would ever think? So I'm so split on that. Sorry, that's why you needed 6. Maybe I can answer 5.
That is why I gave you 6. There's no right answer for that. Okay, number 2. What is your favorite comfort food or meal?
That's a good one. Ooh, goodness, comfort food.
You're a Southern girl.
Cinnamon roll. No, I love a cinnamon roll. I love a good cinnamon roll. I love cinnamon and all that comfort food. But that's comfort food.
It's gonna be warm too, right?
Oh, I don't care. I'm pretty easy on that. Yeah, no, I'm good.
All right, okay.
I love a warm one. I like it.
I gotta have it warm.
Ooh,
Who
yum.
is your favorite music entertainer to listen to? Just name one. Who do you really enjoy on your
Oh
music
man, I
list?
listen to so many. A lot of times I'll listen to stuff that don't have words for me to relax, because oh gosh, that's so difficult. I'm normally listening to whatever I have to perform that night or that week, honestly. So
But if
I
you're
don't,
driving down the car, who do you want to listen to? What's your go-to?
goodness, that's so tough. Because I literally do. I listen to what I'm working on that week, every week
Okay.
for that. But I'll tell you, I've been listening, some stuff I've been listening to a lot of Garth lately because been propositioned to possibly play on a tribute tour. Not sure about that yet. I'm working on things. But
that's cool.
yeah, I know. And then I did a gig a couple weeks ago and it was straight traditional music, the old stuff. So I was listening to all that. And then, and then I'm listening, listening to my stuff because we're recording right now.
So no one in particular.
No one, yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I never really get time to. I don't really get time to listen, just to listen. Like I'm always working some music right now. But it's that season. 'Tis the season. So, gosh, I get to Christmas music's about when I start to get to listen.
Just out of curiosity, do you like to watch yourself on YouTube and stuff, or you don't watch it at all?
And I like to create it. I'm, as you can tell, pretty critical of myself. So, I have a video we need to release soon too. It's probably the saddest song I've ever written, but yeah, I know, right? I need to give it. It's for the parents of the school shooting here in Nashville. As who I wrote that for, but I don't know how to propose that to them at the moment. I'm sure that they're dealing with a lot, but yeah, no, I listen to a lot of. I watch myself enough to know I did it all right, and then I'm pretty much on to the next song. Like I've got so many songs that aren't recorded yet. So many, like 40 songs I need to record that are not recorded that I've written in the last 3 years or whatever. 3, 4, 5 years. And so I'm just like listening. When I'm listening to stuff, I'm listening, okay, maybe I'll take the bass in here, you know what I mean? And drums here. Like my mind is in constant, that sounds cool mode, oh, maybe try that mode, so I'm not just listening, which sounds really nice.
I really watch our shows. I'm overcritical and I think I'm terrible. So I usually don't watch any of them. So
really?
No,
really? See,
no,
it's hard.
no.
It's hard. Yeah, see,
it is.
I understand that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, number 4. Where is the coolest place or venue you've ever performed at?
Red Rocks Amphitheater. Red Rocks. Oh my goodness, I love it there. Boston. We had 2 or 3 performances during my stint there, and it's just so beautiful. The dressing rooms are literal caves, like there, because it's just a giant cave. It's that, like, the inside is the cave, but like have you ever been there?
No, I have not. But I know where it is.
Yeah, you need to go. It is gorgeous. You do want to take padding to sit on because it is rock.
Yeah.
It is a big rock, but right in the middle of this humongous, beautiful rock is the stage, and then the seats go up this way, but then it's just this gorgeous mountain range, or not mountain range, but I look at it like we're inside the cave, kind of. If you're on the stage, but you get to watch the sun setting against these red rocks, and everything's changing color, and the people are just gorgeous. I mean, they're just because it doesn't seat a ton. I mean, I don't know what the capacity, but it's gorgeous.
Up close and personal, kind of.
Budokan was pretty cool too in Japan, though, I gotta admit.
Okay, that's another one.
Yeah, that in 2014 we did Budokan. That was pretty cool. But Red Rocks, because I'm a nature girl, takes the cake.
Oh, that makes sense. So where we at here? Okay, number 5. Do you have any pre-concert rituals?
I'm a pacer. I don't know if all you know what a pacer is. I'll be the one walking back and forth. Yeah, back and forth, because I've got this, because I get in game mode. It's kind of like you just I can't really sit. I can't really eat. I'm trying to drink a lot. I get dehydrated pretty easy right now, so
Uh-huh.
I'm down in electrolytes. And I do have a ritual. I do use throat coat tea with
Okay.
honey in it. Yeah, so I make sure that that's primed and ready on stage for me, so that way when I'm getting ready
Yeah.
to scream some Stevie Nicks or something, it's like, all
Yeah, you're
right.
ready.
No,
Well,
yeah,
that's a good one to know.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Okay,
like
the
the
last
throat
one.
coat
Oh, go
original.
ahead. You like
I
what?
like the throat coat original is my
Okay.
favorite.
Well,
There's other ones, but
we'll put that out
there
there
you
for
go.
everybody. Do you what was one of your favorite TV shows growing up as a child or youth?
Little House on the Prairie.
Little House on the Prairie. See,
Shocking, right?
I'm a Waltons guy myself.
Oh, I like them. Good night, John Boy. I love the Waltons as well.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah,
I don't know if I covered it. I might have skipped over it, but I think I did.
that's
I want
okay.
to talk about your GoFundMe page.
Oh goodness.
Let's give you a
My
plug there.
oh,
You
I
have a
don't.
GoFundMe page. I know you don't, but I want to do it for you. You have
Okay.
one, right?
I do.
And we'll give the people the information how to get there. And
That'd be
it's
great.
very important that you give whatever you can give, $5, whatever. This lady needs it, and we want to help you out. So I have an awesome fan base, and I know they're going to come through for you. So
Thank you, Big T.
we're gonna show you the information and go to it and just give what you can. So, but I want to thank you again for coming on and joining us today. You're a great interview.
Thank you, Big T. You're a
You have
dog.
so much class act. I mean, I wish you well in
Thank you.
everything.
Thank you. I
So,
wish you the best too. And I'm so
thank you.
grateful that you're in remission and you're all good. Yay.
I'm good to go. So
Woo!
our thoughts and prayers will be with you for sure.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you,
And
Big
for
T. Thank you.
you bet. You bet. And for those of you watching our videos, we always appreciate your time that you spend with us. And if you have somebody that you want us to bring on, reach out to us on our website, TonyPruittShow.com, and just send us a message and we'll try to get them. So until then, keep watching, tell a friend about us, and remember to hit that subscribe button. So until next time, may God bless you richly and peace out. Thanks, Kim.
Peace out.